Who says words with my mouth? All day I think about it, then at night I say it. Where did I come from, and what am I supposed to be doing? I have no idea. My soul is from elsewhere, I'm sure of that, and I intend to end up there. This drunkenness began in some other tavern. When I get back around to that place, I'll be completely sober. Meanwhile, I'm like a bird from another continent sitting in this aviary. The day is coming when I fly off. But who is it now in my ear who hears my voice? Who says words with my mouth? Who looks out with my eyes? What is the soul? I cannot stop asking. If I could taste one sip of an answer, I could break out of this prison for drunks. I didn't come here of my own accord, and I can't leave that way. Whoever brought me here will have to take me home. This poetry, I never know what I'm going to say. I don't plan it. When I'm outside the saying of it, I get very quiet and rarely speak at all. We have a huge barrel of wine, but no cups. That's fine with us. Every morning we glow, and in the evening we glow again. They say there's no future for us. They're right, which is fine with us. A community of the Spirit. There is a community of the Spirit. Join it and feel the delight of walking in the noisy street and being the noise. Drink all your passion and be a disgrace. Close both eyes to see with the other eye. Open your hands if you want to be held. Sit down in this circle. Quit acting like a wolf and feel the shepherd's love filling you. At night, your beloved wanders. Don't accept consolations. Close your mouth against food. Taste the lover's mouth in yours. You moan, she left me, he left me. 20 more will come. Be empty of worrying. Think of who created thought. Why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? Move outside the tangle of fair thinking. Live in silence. Flow down and down in always widening rings of being. There's a strange frenzy in my head of birds flying, each particle circulating on its own. Is the one I love everywhere? Drunks fear the police, but the police are drunk too. People in this town love them both, like different chess pieces. A children's game. Listen to the poet, Sinai, who lived secluded. Don't wander out on the road in your ecstasy. Sleep in the tavern. When a drunk strays out to the street, children make fun of him. He falls down in the mud. He takes any and every road. The children follow, not knowing the taste of wine or how his drunkenness feels. All people on the planet are children, except for a very few. No one is grown up except those free of desire. God said, the world is a play, a children's game, and you are the children. God speaks the truth. If you haven't left the child's play, how can you be an adult? Without purity of spirit, if you're still in the middle of lust and greed and other wantings, you're like children, playing at sexual intercourse. They wrestle and rub together, but it's not sex. The same with the fightings of mankind. It's a squabble with play swords, no purpose, totally futile, like kids on hobby horses soldiers claim to be riding Barak, Muhammad's night horse, or Daldal, his mule. Your actions mean nothing, the sex and war that you do. You're holding part of your pants and prancing around, dun-ta-dun, dun-ta-dun. Don't wait till you die to see this. Recognize that your imagination and your thinking and your sense perception are reed canes that children cut and pretend are horses. The knowing of mystic lovers is different. The empirical, sensory sciences are like a donkey loaded with books, or like the makeup, woman's makeup. It washes off, but if you lift the baggage rightly, it will give joy. Don't carry your knowledge load for some selfish reason. Deny your desires and willfulness, and a real mount may appear under you. Don't be satisfied with the name of you, with just words about it. Experience that breathing. From books and words come fantasy, and sometimes from fantasy comes union. Gone, inner and outer. No moon, no ground or sky. Don't hand me another glass of wine. Pour it in my mouth. I've lost the way to my mouth. The wine we really drink is our own blood. Our bodies ferment in these barrels. We give everything for a glass of this. We give our minds for a sip. The many wines. God has given us a dark wine so potent that drinking it, we leave the two worlds. God has put into the form of hashish a power to deliver the taster from self-consciousness. God has made sleep so that it erases every thought. God made Majnun love Layla so much that just her dog would cause confusion in him. There are thousands of wines that can take over our minds. Don't think all ecstasies are the same. Jesus was lost in his love for God. His donkey was drunk with barley. Drink from the presence of saints, not from those other jars. Every object, every being is a jar full of delight. Be a connoisseur and taste with caution. Any wine will get you high. Judge like a king and choose the purest, the ones unadulterated with fear or some urgency about what's needed. Drink the wine that moves you, as a camel moves when it's untied and is just ambling about. Special plates. Notice how each particle moves. Notice how everyone has just arrived here from a journey. Notice how each wants a different food. Notice how the stars vanish as the sun comes up, and how all streams stream toward the ocean. Look at the chefs preparing special plates for everyone according to what they need. Look at this cup that can hold the ocean. Look at those who see the face. Look through Sham's eyes into the water that is entirely jewels. Burnt kebab. Last year I admired wines. This, I'm wandering inside the red world. Last year I gazed at the fire. This year I'm burnt kebab. Thirst drove me down to the water, where I drank the moon's reflection. Now I am a lion, staring up totally, lost in love with the thing itself. Don't ask questions about longing. Look in my face. Soul drunk, body ruined. These two sit helpless in a wrecked wagon. Neither knows how to fix it. And my heart? I'd say it was more like a donkey, sunk in a mud hole, struggling and miring deeper. But listen to me, for one moment, quit being sad. Hear blessings dropping their blossoms around you. God. The new rule. It's the old rule that drunks have to argue and get into fights. The lover is just as bad. He falls into a hole. But down in that hole he finds something shining, worth more than any amount of money or power. Last night the moon came dropping its clothes in the street. I took it as a sign to start singing, falling up into the bowl of sky. The bowl breaks. Everywhere is falling everywhere. Nothing else to do. Here's the new rule. Break the wine glass and fall toward the glass blower's breath. This that is tormented and very tired, tortured with restraints like a madman, this heart. Still, you keep breaking the shell to get to the taste of its kernel. I have 5 things to say. The wakened lover speaks directly to the beloved. You are the sky my spirit circles in, the love inside love, the resurrection place. Let this window be your ear. I have lost consciousness many times, with longing for your listening silence and your life-quickening smile. You give attention to the smallest matters, my suspicious doubts, and to the greatest. You know my coins are counterfeit, but you accept them anyway. My impudence and my pretending. I have 5 things to say, 5 fingers to give into your grace. First, when I was apart from you, this world did not exist, nor any other. Second, whatever I was looking for was always you. Third, why did I ever learn to count to 3? Fourth, my cornfield is burning. Fifth, this finger stands for Arabia, and this is for someone else. Is there a difference? Are these words or tears? Is weeping speech? What shall I do, my love? So he speaks, and everyone around begins to cry with him, laughing crazily, moaning in the spreading union of lover and beloved. This is the true religion. All others are thrown away bandages beside it. This is the sema of slavery and mastery dancing together. This is not being. Neither words nor any natural fact can express this. I know these dances. Day and night I sing their songs in this phenomenal cage. My soul, don't try to answer now. Find a friend and hide. But what can stay hidden? Love's secret is always lifting its head out from under the covers. Here I am. Acts of helplessness. Here are the miracle signs you want, that you cry through the night and get up at dawn, asking that in the absence of what you ask for, your day gets dark, your neck thin as a spindle, that what you give away is all you own, that you sacrifice belongings, sleep, health, your head, that you often sit down in a fire like aloes wood, and often go out to meet a blade like a battered helmet. When acts of helplessness become habitual, those are the signs. But you run back and forth, listening for unusual events, peering into the faces of travelers. Why are you looking at me like a madman? I have lost a friend, please forgive me. Searching like that does not fail. There will come a rider who holds you close. You faint and gibber. The uninitiated say, he's faking. How could they know? Water washes over a beached fish, the water of those signs I just mentioned. Excuse my wondering, how can one be orderly with this? It's like counting leaves in a garden, along with the song notes of partridges and crows. Sometimes organization and computation become absurd. Saladin's begging bowl. Of these 2,000 I and we people, which am I? Don't try to keep me from asking. Listen when I'm this out of control, but don't put anything breakable in my way. There is an original inside me. What's here is a mirror for that, for you. If you are joyful, I am. If you grieve, or if you're bitter or graceful, I take on those qualities. Like the shadow of a cypress tree in the meadow, like the shadow of a rose, I live close to the rose. If I separated myself from you, I would turn entirely thorn. Every second, I drink another cup of my own blood wine. Every instant, I break an empty cup against your door. I reach out, wanting you to tear me open. Saladin's generosity lights a candle in my chest. Who am I then? His empty begging bowl? Late, by myself in the boat of myself. No light and no land anywhere. Cloud cover thick. I try to stay just above the surface, yet I'm already under and living within the ocean. Does sunset sometimes look like the sun's coming up? Do you know what a faithful love is like? You're crying. You say you've burned yourself. But can you think of anyone who's not hazy with smoke? Be melting snow. Totally conscious and apropos of nothing, you come to see me. Is someone here? I ask. The moon, the full moon, is inside your house. My friends and I go running out into the street. I'm in here, comes a voice from the house, but we aren't listening. We're looking up at the sky. My pet nightingale sobs like a drunk in the garden. Ringdoves scatter with small cries. Where? It's midnight. The whole neighborhood is up and out in the street, thinking. The cat burglar has come back. The actual thief is there too, saying out loud, yes, the cat burglar is somewhere in this crowd. No one pays attention. Lo, I am with you always, means when you look for God, God is in the look of your eyes, in the thought of looking, nearer to you than yourself, or things that have happened to you. There's no need to go outside. Be melting snow. Wash yourself of yourself. A white flower grows in the quietness. Let your tongue become that flower. The fragile vial. I need a mouth as wide as the sky to say the nature of a true person. Language as large as longing. The fragile vial inside me often breaks. No wonder I go mad and disappear for 3 days every month with the moon. For anyone in love with you, it's always these invisible days. I've lost the thread of the story I was telling. My elephant roams his dream of Hindustan again. Narrative, poetics, destroyed. My body, a dissolving, a return. Friend, I've shrunk to a hair trying to say your story. Would you tell mine? I've made up so many love stories. Now I feel fictional. Tell me. The truth is, you are speaking, not me. I am Sinai, and you are Moses walking there. This poetry is an echo of what you say, A piece of land can't speak or know anything, or if it can, only within limits. The body is a device to calculate the astronomy of the spirit. Look through that astrolabe and become oceanic. Why this distracted talk? It's not my fault I rave. You did this. Do you approve of my love madness? Say yes. What language will you say it in? Arabic or Persian, or what? Once again I must be tied up. Bring the curly ropes of your hair. Now I remember the story. A true man stares at his old shoes and sheepskin jacket. Every day he goes up to his attic to look at his work shoes and worn-out coat. This is his wisdom, to remember the original clay and not get drunk with ego and arrogance. To visit those shoes and jacket is praise. The Absolute works with nothing. The workshop, the materials, are what does not exist. Try and be a sheet of paper with nothing on it. Be a spot of ground where nothing is growing, where something might be planted. A seed, possibly, from the Absolute. Where are we? An invisible bird flies over, but casts a quick shadow. What is the body? That shadow of a shadow of your love that somehow contains the entire universe. A man sleeps heavily, though something blazes in him, like the sun, like a magnificent fringe sewn up under the hem. He turns under the covers. Any image is a lie. A clear red stone tastes sweet. You kiss a beautiful mouth, and a key turns in the lock of your fear. A spoken sentence sharpens to a fine edge. A mother dove looks for her nest, asking, where ku? Where ku? Where the lion lies down, where any man or woman goes to cry, where the sick go when they hope to get well, where a wind lifts that helps with winnowing, in the same moment sends a ship on its way, where anyone says only God is real. Yahoo, where beyond where? A bright weaver's shuttle flashes back and forth, east, west. Where are we? Maku, Maku. Like the sun saying, where are we? As it weaves with the asking. The friend comes into my body, looking for the center, unable to find it, draws a blade, strikes anywhere. There is a light seed grain inside. You fill it with yourself or it dies. I'm caught in this curling energy. Your hair. Whoever's calm and sensible is insane. Do you think I know what I'm doing? That for one breath or half breath I belong to myself? As much as a pen knows what it's writing, or the ball can guess where it's going next.